we go. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Yeah. Sylvester. Cowan.
Activision presents a smashing blast from the past. Developed by Vicarious Visions. It's Crash Bandicoot!
Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. I remember playing this game when it first came out on PS4. It's really weird that that's approaching.
It's Crash Bandicoot!
This game, at least on I'm trying to think of. This game is approaching half a decade old now, at least on PS4. And that's really weird. But anyway, let's get started with Crash Bandicoot, the original. And we'll be quiet for the cutscene. One of the only cutscenes in the game.
But, Dr. Cortex, we haven't determined the cause of past failures.
Moron! This Bandicoot will be my general, and he will lead my Cortex commandos to world domination. This time, I shall reign triumphant. We are closer than ever before. Quickly, into the vortex.
Dr. Cortex, the vortex is not ready. We have no idea what it could do.
Failure again. Capture him!
Uh-oh.
Prepare the female Bandicoot.
Oh, jeepers. So yeah, so now we have... Oh, good lord, that loading's fast. Just something weird to say about this version of the game. Because this game, when it first came out, had some pretty slow loading. Now it's running buttery smooth. Of course, I am playing this on an Xbox One X. Die. I don't know. By the way, unlike Spyro, unlike Spyro 1, or excuse me, unlike Spyro in Reignited Trilogy, I will not be fully completing these games. Now, I may, if I hate myself enough, I may decide to, like, get all the gems and stuff in this game, and, like, you know, complete some of the others, but, like, in terms of story, but in terms of, fully completing the game, you know, in terms of, like, getting everything, I'm not doing that. Fast enough. Hold on. Thing I learned from Cat Icarus is to do that. Now the other two boxes are back through here. And luckily this version is not quite as evil, because you can go through this level and, you know, and you don't have to worry about dying. Or if you die, you don't, you know, automatically lose, unless you're getting a special gem. But, you know. It's very well possible I could beat this game in this stream. I don't know that for sure. Not get everything, but you know. Just saying in general, I may be able to beat this. Yeah, Stormy Ascent. I will not be doing Stormy Ascent. That's partially what I mean by I won't be fully completing these games. But also, I won't be getting, like, the relics and stuff. I may do one. I may try to get one relic, possibly, in this playthrough. I don't know. We'll have to see. But for now, I'll be getting as many boxes as I can to build up lives, basically. But yeah, this game, like when you're playing it casually and you know what you're doing, it can be kind of short. Not a bad thing. Definitely not a bad thing. Just, you know, I'm just saying. Let's see. Oh yeah, I won't be able to fully complete this level anyway. Gym path. Spin Doctor. Apparently that's the achievement I got just now. Sure you didn't see it. Yeah, I don't. That's, you know, it's not a big deal, but like that's kind of the downside of playing this straight through your console. Like streaming Twitch straight through the console, is that, you know, you can't see everything, and if you try to show off the menus of stuff you have, like on the Xbox menu, it'll just go to a blank screen. You can't even hear me then. Alright, so I love my cat, and I love that he's laying here with me on my lap and stuff and got his head on my arm, but I'm gonna have to reposition myself, and that'll involve him moving, so I'll have to build up the courage and the heart to do that here. By the way, as I'm recording this, you know what? There's an achievement I need to get, and let me do the fastest level to do that. Actually, this be the fastest level to do that. All right, so I'm gonna go through without getting any boxes. Which I don't think I've ever really done that on this level before. Which means I'll have to jump on these crabs and not spin them away. See if it's possible to get through this without. I'm sure it is, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh well, you know. Okay, oh, it is possible. It is possible. Let's see. This is an achievement I can get if I do this. If it's enough. May not be enough boxes to do this. Oh, no, it is. Yeah. You know, you don't really realize there's 49 boxes in the level until never really pay attention until that happens. Yeah, I got the achievement. That's for like getting enough boxes thrown, like basically downed on you. So that's where you're gonna be, but I gotta reposition here. Hold on, folks. He was also starting to breathe on. His little nose was breathing on my arm, and it was getting a little bit cold. Anyway, let's see. Oh gosh. Now he's gonna lay on me here. It's much more relaxing to do a Let's Play like this. I mean, it's not really a Let's Play, but kind of is, just live. Of course, if you want to get technical, the term Let's Play doesn't really make much sense when all it is you're not playing it, I'm playing it, you know, like... I can't remember for sure if this may not be the level where I need to have the gem to do it, but we'll see. To complete it, I mean. Something I haven't really officially been able to figure out yet. Let me see if there's... No. Something I haven't really been able to figure out for sure yet is if there's like special settings to set the game to run at 4K. I don't know for sure if it's running at 4K. I think that's the... See, honestly, when it comes to 4K, like in all these resolutions and stuff, like 1080p is fine. I mean, I'm sure it looks nicer in 4K and ultra whatever. But I don't know. I don't really see that much of a difference. This TV supposedly has 4K, and I've got the console set to 4K, so I don't know. Maybe it may possibly be one of those things where it's like if you set it side by side, yeah, I need the gem. But yeah, it's possibly one of those things where you have to set it side by side to really see the difference. But yeah, that's... It looks nice in general, though. Basically, though, I think that the Xbox One X and the PS4 Pro should have been what these consoles, like, should have came out as. Like, these should have been the consoles to come out. No upgrades or anything like that. They should have just had these. Now, I am glad that for those who aren't really, like, when it comes to Xbox, for those who, like, you know, don't really care about resolution and stuff, they just want to play the new game, I am glad that Xbox has a much cheaper solution for that. And for those who don't really care whether or not they have the physical copy or not. Because... like, I'm pretty sure there's not a lot of people that want to pay $600 for the new Xbox. Especially right now, considering a majority of the games are either also on PS5 or they're also on Xbox One. So, yeah. Getting through these levels pretty fast. That's what I mean by it's possible I may get through this, you know, pretty fast. Excuse me. Oh. Sylvester. But yeah, that's a catchphrase of mine, isn't it? But yeah, so anyway, so I think that, like, their solution right now for having games, like, even if they don't run at the top speed or the top quality and all that stuff, if someone just wants to play them in general, the Xbox Series S is a good solution. It's it's the same price as a regular Switch. And, you know, now right now, again, I wouldn't wait. You couldn't waste time on waste money on what am I trying to say here? Waste time on getting one, either the Series S or the Series X, because I mean, unless you just want to go ahead and be prepared for future games that end up actually being exclusive to the, you know, Series X/S. you know, basically, I would say get one if you don't already have an Xbox One and you're interested, you know. But if you do already have an Xbox One, or especially an Xbox One X, like I've got right now, I would say probably wait at least 2 or 3 more years. One thing is to wait until, you know, it becomes more available and people aren't scrounging to get it, and also to, you know, and something just came across my mind that I thought about before. I think that some consoles should, one of the future consoles, I think just about any console, unless it's just somehow really impossible to do, any console that, you know, has basically the same size, it should be able to run, should be able to get, be backwards compatible, basically. The PS4 not being backwards compatible, that was one of the bigger reasons why I didn't, like, why I wasn't the biggest fan of the, part of the reason why I wasn't the biggest fan of, you know, that, hold on. So as a kid, I would always, there's his butt crack, for everyone to see. I would always stand up here, like, as kids, we always stood up here when he would, do all that. They made this ever so slightly more difficult. Not really difficult, but rather last longer by giving him 2 extra hit points. In the original version, it was way too easy and way too fast because you know, I'll do it more traditionally right here. It was way too fast because it only had 3 hit points. Still fast right there, but you know. Anyway, I think that any future console should be backwards compatible, unless there's like something completely different about, you know. Let's bring Coco with us, shall we? Yes. And we'll go ahead and use Coco. Something about using Coco, though, is a little different, or feels like something feels a little more difficult about it, and it's kind of weird because they basically have the same physics. I think it's because I look at the way she's designed. She's obviously designed differently than Crash, and so, you know, despite having the same physics and stuff, that's, you know, not a big deal though. I've still been able to beat levels with her and stuff. But anyway, I forgot if there was anything. I always forget if there's something up there. But anyway, so yeah, I think that any console, any future console, like the next Nintendo system should definitely be backwards compatible with Switch games, unless the hardware is so different that it can't, and you know. But I mean, like, really, the PS4 had no excuse not to be able to play at least PS2 and PS1 games. I know that the PS3 was a bit hard to program stuff on, but you know. And at the very least, the PS5 is backwards compatible with what they say 99% of PS4 games, which luckily for me personally, none of the ones that don't work on it are ones I'm interested in. So there's that. But anyway, I was gonna like, basically they should do that. Unless a game is just impossible, it's just not worth the effort of trying to get compatible on there. There's no excuse not to be able to have them compatible with, you know, other than just, well, we want to resell them to you again, you know. So basically what I think, this probably would be a waste of money right here, but just from my mindset, basically I think that, I think that there should be two different solutions. Two different versions of a game system. One version you have to where it is backwards compatible, and one version where it's not backwards compatible. That's just something I thought of. Like basically make hold on, basically make yeah, these levels can be hard, but that one, obviously that one's not. This is the first one, but these Brio bonus stages can be hard later on. Anyway, yeah, you have the cheaper option for a game system where it's not backwards compatible, but it's more affordable. You know, like anyone who wants to just play the new ones. I forgot I need. I forgot about that. I need to get a gem for that one. I think this is particularly why I think that. I think it's just me being older and just also her design. I don't know what it is. Let's see. Hold on just a minute, folks. Okay. I was getting my phone a little more up to date on, or get my phone version of the stream a little more up to date on me, me talking and stuff, and look where the picture is. Not that it really matters that much, but you know. Yeah, I love that the code name for this game when it was being developed and stuff is called the Sonic Ass Game, or the Sonic's Ass Game, or whatever it's called, whatever it was called, because like how their idea was basically turn the 2D game on its side, turn the side scroller on its side, basically. But yeah, so that's. Let's see here. Switch back to Coco. I'll just kind of switch between the two, and you know. You know, obviously there's levels that Coco can't do, but you know. But yeah, like I said, let's see, got an achievement for doing 5 spin dashes on enemies, or spin attacks on enemies that, spin dashes Sonic, on enemies, like 5 different ones with Coco. Let's see. But yeah, this is going back to what I was saying was, yeah, a game system should most definitely at least have an optional game system that has, like I said, that could be spending more money than it's actually worth, or it wouldn't be as, you know. No! Oh, thank you. I hate dealing with them in this version because it's a little hard because the physics act kind of weird whenever you're trying to bounce on top of them, and then like it acts like you didn't actually bounce on top of them. These guys with their shields and stuff. Oh, and by the way, when I was a kid, I once thought they were women for some reason. I don't know what the reason was. Maybe it's because I'm not used to seeing guys with, like, I mean, I wasn't as cultured back then, of course. I was still learning, so, you know. But for some reason I thought they were women, and obviously I didn't ask why they were, if they were women, why don't they have their tops on or whatever. Yeah. So I'm not sure why these crates right here are darker. Don't know if it's an error or if it's meant to be that way. Let's see. Something I forgot. I mean, I have played this through these versions of the game a lot. So yeah, game systems. That's where I'm going with again. I absolutely believe that there should be that option if it can work out. If it's not too financially, like, you know, like have the cheaper system be the one that doesn't have backwards compatibility, and have the let's see, yeah, that, and have the cheaper one be the one without backwards compatibility, and have the you know, the more expensive kind of one with backwards compatibility. So right now, if you don't have a PS4, I would say try and get a PS5 if you can, and if you're willing to spend that much, of course, because it's a little more worth it if you don't already have a PS4. Now, I actually don't have a PS4 anymore because I decided to sell it, partially because it's a regular PS4, and like I said, that's the one that shouldn't have been released. It should have started out as what the PS4 Pro ended up being. Let's see. So if I am able to complete this today, what I'll probably do is get the rest of the stuff in another stream, which may end up being very short. I don't know that for sure. We'll see. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Dang, I could have got some more Wumpa Fruit and then got one more life. So yeah, to end things off with the game system thing. Yeah, I absolutely think that there should be like versions of a game system that are backwards compatible, and then make a cheaper option to where it's, you know, not backwards compatible. So if they end up making a PS5 that's cheaper but is not backwards compatible with PS4 games, well, one thing is I'll have to get another PS4, but you know, I wouldn't mind being able to just play PS5, as there's enough good ones. And while the alright, so here's the thing. I don't have my PS4 anymore partially because it was the base PS4, but also and for some reason the PS4 Pro is still $400 as of this stream and stuff. It's still $400. Like, and that's a problem because the reason it's a problem is because the PS5 like digital version is the same price. So it's just like, what's the point? I think I need a gem for this one too. I don't really remember for sure. Well, actually, I could just do this, and that might have done something. Let's see here. That's the thing about. That's the unfortunate thing about hold on. I think that's all the boxes here. That's the unfortunate thing about these original Crash games. Backtracking is a nightmare. There was way too much of it. Honestly, it felt like there was way too much of it in 2 and 3, especially 2. But as in like backtracking, as in like where you actually have to backtrack, and this game was not built around that very well. Now, 1 is not that bad. That was literally one of the, if not the only moment where you actually have to go back. That is one of the very few moments in this game where you actually have to go back. Okay, there are more moments, but you know what I mean. Like, it's better than this one. This one's a little more straightforward. And I will appreciate Crash 4, the new Crash 4, for doing doing backtracking a lot better. Because there almost is no backtracking in that game. But anyway, so yeah, that's a reason why. Oh, look, I got all the boxes. So it's a good thing I went back there. Yeah, I don't have the PS4. Like, it wasn't backwards compatible. It had mostly pathetic PS2 ports. And I say pathetic because they had some issues of their own, but also like the Jak and Daxter games stuff too. Those had some issues. Ripperoo, here we go. But PS4, like, I don't know, it had some really great exclusives. But then there are some exclusives that were like very, Like, I was definitely not going to be holding on to the system because of the PS4 Ratchet and Clank. That was a very disappointing game overall. And this is also, again, this is one of those battles that are either extremely easy or it takes a while. Because you gotta time everything basically. There we go. I have died on this a few times, even when I know what I'm doing. But so yeah, the PS4. Okay, I will say the good exclusives that are still kind of exclusive right now. I mean, you know, obviously they're playable on PS5, but God of War I thought was decent. I think of what else. This is one of those levels where it's a special gem and you cannot die. Basically, PS4 had some decent exclusives, but didn't have any exclusives that made me go, I need to hold on to this for now, and you know, I can't wait, and I can't get rid of this because I want to have access to them. There's really no exclusives that made me say that, like where I can't just wait to get a PS5 or something, you know. And mostly what I played on the PS4 were stuff that I can play on Xbox One and or Switch. So I thought, why hold on to this for now? Why not get rid of it? And also, like, I started having issues with my PS4. But you know, I just thought, you know what, it's not worth trying to fix everything. I had a problem with the PS4 controllers, which I have yet to see if anyone else has had this problem or not, but I've had a problem. Ooh, there. I need to get through this without dying. I had a problem to where it would basically kind of like what the Switch controllers what do you call it? Joy-Con drifting. I essentially experienced the PS4 version of that, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Well, as the old saying goes, enter old saying here. It's gonna be my only time resetting. If I do not get it this time, I'm not gonna worry about getting it, you know. So you still get the experience of, you still get the joy of experiencing having to break every box without dying in some levels, in 5 levels. But just imagine doing, but basically when it comes to the original version, just imagine doing that, but with every single level. Oh, enjoy! Stormy Ascent is still, I think it's, no, Slippery Climb. Slippery Climb is one of those levels where you have to go through it without dying. Stormy Ascent is the level that was cut in the original, but you know, they put it back as DLC here. Well, DLC for the PS4 version, but it's automatically here for the Xbox One and Switch versions. But yeah, so going back to the PS4 thing, there was just not enough there to make me go, I have to hold on to this for now, and you know, I can hold on to this until I get a PS5, that kind of thing. I was just like, you know what? Now, if the PS4 Pro ever decides to decrease in price, then I will absolutely get a PS4 Pro. Wouldn't mind that. But because the PS4 Pro is still around $400, I'm not getting it. I'm not gonna get it, and I'm just gonna wait and hold out for a PS5. Because if I want a more advanced PS4, I'll just get the PS5. I'm sure it has. I mean, I'm sure there's gonna be some weird technical reasons why it's not quite the same, but if I want a more advanced PS4, I'll just get the PS5. I'll just shell out all the money to get the PS. Like, I only have up to that point, I only had digital games, so on PS4. So I wouldn't, if I got a digital only PS5, it wouldn't make much of a difference. I mean, I would like to play physical games, but most of the physical games are, well, you know, most of them require updates anyway, so why even get, and most of them, like, take up a lot of room, so why even get the, physical copy to begin with if it's going to take up more room anyway, even with the physical one. So luckily, thankfully, when you go through these levels, when you go through the bonus stages, it does not, you can retry them, and, shoot, like right here, I can retry it if I want to. The only thing I really lost was the AQ mask. But it doesn't count as you losing a life, also. So luckily, I'm still able to get through this and, you know, make it, basically. Kind of awkward there at the end, but I was able to make it. Thank you. There we go. Okay. So far, so good. Ugh. I was doing that because that's kind of how it is in the original version of the music. Okay. Five. Concentrating. So many there. Okay. Made it through. I think you get an achievement for getting 99 lives, which is, in this version, is not that hard to do. If you know what you're doing. Like, I've known people to still have very much a lot of trouble on the original Crash. I'll wait till he bounces back here. And then... there we go. Okay. Just to get him out of the way. I need to be patient with this stuff. Right. Ooh. Oh, thank goodness. Thank the Lord. Okay. Jimmy Neutron, talking. Shoot. In Crash 4, you know. This music, they kind of changed it to where it has more of like a jazzy sound to it. It's like, well, either not jazzy, but like kind of sounds like a Roman thing, like something you'd hear in like a movie kind of Roman thing, you know. Like you're going through, you're seeing the lions, or burn, boom. I don't know what it is. But anyway, let's see here. Cats. That is a thing about video game. I mean, that's something I'll say about the angry video game nerds. Just like, bats are really, like, why are there so many bats in video games and why are they so annoying? You know. So anyway, today is the first day in, like, I think a little over a week since I've streamed. Because, like, I was gonna stream, like, the Monday after, I streamed, like, basically the following week after I finished, Spyro Reignited Trilogy. But then I was like, you know what, November, I'm gonna give myself a little break here, and, November 1st, shoot, I hate that stuff. You have to wait for it to come back up, and you have to wait, you have to time yourself to get up there. Why are there Wampa fruit going out this way? What? My phone's not caught up to date with my playing of this. Just a moment, folks. Yeah, I don't, my internet. I mean, it seems to be fine right now with me streaming this, but, my phone just like, no. Spider. Yeah, I'm already like, I don't know if halfway through the second island, but I'm already like going pretty quickly through this. Let's see. Cold November weather. I don't know. Oh yeah, 10 years ago today, as of this recording, I have, shoot. 10 years ago today, the Sonic Generations came out. That's where I was going with that. Yeah, Sonic Generations, I was just concentrating on this level. These are hard, or can be hard. And now I get it. You can go on the railing, or the rope, and, you know, make it a little easier that way, but, let's see here. Yeah, I won't be able to finish this, but still gonna try to get the boxes so I can build up more lives. Let's see here. Same. Alright, can I do this? Can I do this? Yes, I can. Well, I can, but will I do this? Will I make it? Yes. Man, there's a lot of notifications I'm getting right now. Hold on. Anyway, sorry, just kind of getting rid of some things here. Okay. Pull the dash. So, something I'm wondering is, it's gonna be a weird subject, but I've talked about it before. I joke around about this stuff too. The need for cartoonists and like cartoony stuff, or in general anything, whatever they decide with anything that's supernatural, the need for them to add vor. If you don't know what vor is, it's the if you don't know what vor is, it's basically you might consider yourself blessed, but it's essentially it's a fetish for either being eaten or eating a living thing. I mean, it can be either one, I should say. And basically, and I'm trying to figure out why all these cartoons and all this stuff still feel the need to just overemphasize on characters being eaten by other characters, like not by like just creatures like that would eat you know, someone, or you know, but like you know, when it comes to like Tom and Jerry, if you know, it's cartoony, so they act you know, they act like people, but like it makes sense. But when it comes to just in general, like all these, you know, characters that eat other characters, like why do they feel the need on that? There was a I mean, look at just about any, I know this is a weird subject to talk about, but look at just about any almost any cartoon from like the 90s. There's at least one scene where a character gets eaten by another character, and either the whole episode's about it, or it's just like a very situational thing. And look at SpongeBob, and Plankton's getting eaten like all the time. Other characters as well. What did I do? Oh yeah, I reached 99. I can't remember if this level has a gem that where you have to go through this without dying. Maybe? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, basically, like in this game, okay, where I was getting at was in this game, Crash definitely has more death animations than Coco. But Coco still has some death animations that are similar to Crash, and one of the things they made sure to be sure of is that there's still the animation of her getting eaten by like a plant, like Crash does, like Crash gets eaten, you know. Like they made sure that was one of the things they still added. They just want to add more. No, I mean, just because they have that stuff doesn't mean it actually is 4 they're adding. They're just adding, you know, but it just seems like they have the need to just push that. And I think that's, you know, and I make jokes about it, like I make jokes about stuff like that, like oh no, eaten, you know, kind of thing. But I'm joking around. Of course, there's some people that are like, that if I joke around like that, they're like, "Are you into this stuff? Do you have a vor fetish?" I'm just like, "No, I'm joking." I get it though. I get it, because there are people that have weird fetishes, and you can never be too careful. You can never be too sure. I get that. But come on now. But anyway, still, it seems like they feel the need to add a character or two getting eaten by at least once in a show. At least. In a cartoon, you know, in a cartoon or just anything that's supernatural. And a majority of the time, it's dudes doing it. Like big dudes eating, you know. And I know that's kind of weird. Like I want to say about 90% of the time it's dude. Like 90% of the time, or 95% of characters in shows, or when it comes to stuff with like supernatural stuff, it's the guys that are doing the eating. It kind of makes me wonder if they think it's too sexual for a woman to do it, to do the eating. Well, I guess we'll find out again if we gotta go through again. But makes me wonder if they think that, but then, like, you know, it's okay if a dude does it. Shoot. This conversation I made just gotten me failing. But yeah, so just wanted to bring that up because I mean, if this game's gonna have any kind of that kind of stuff in it, then why not? Which apparently with kids, oh Lord have mercy. Well, I sure hope this doesn't have a thing to where, or if it does, then I'll have to come back to this one. I'm too far ahead to really start over. You gotta be kidding me. I know eventually I'll get a mask. Help me out, even though you fall in pits, and falling in the pits doesn't really help with the mask, but you know. Yeah, apparently there has been some kids, like, there's been some experts saying, like, you know, these kids watch these, cartoons and these other stuff where a character gets eaten, and even though that's, like, they register it as, oh no, some wires can get crossed later in the development of their, and they get a fetish like that. They get like, oh, actually this is hot. Oh gosh. I hope you all are enjoying me talk about this stuff while I play Crash Bandicoot. But let's see. Okay. Let me see if I can do it like this first. Ah, shoot. They like push you down. Wow, they push you down when... And now I have to die. Get that. But yeah, some people I talk to get the jokes. Yeah, I made jokes with multiple people about that stuff, and I'm like, I've talked to people, and like, they understand the joke. I do it a bit much, because I joke around about the same stuff a bit much. I get that from my dad. He jokes around about stuff a lot, too. He's, about the same stuff. Well, it's kind of my whole family. We have reoccurring jokes, but like, I understand people saying, sus about that, because you never know. Again, you can't be too sure. And now I have to die because I need to get that Cortex thing. Now, okay, that's a lucky thing, is that, that's lucky because, if I won't come out of this empty-handed if even if I have to start over with getting all the boxes because I died. Because I'll at least get something from the Cortex thing that isn't just getting the boxes. Anyway, I will be right back. Let's see. Anyway. But, I do feel like people kind of read into stuff, because of the people with fetishes and stuff. People read too much into when someone's joking. They're like, oh, they're into this. You know. That's not always the case, though. There are times, like, I do feel like a lot of these cartoonists aren't like, oh yeah, this is hot. A lot of them, not all. I'm sure there are some. I mean, you know, I can't confirm for sure if this is the case with Dan Schneider, but when it comes to his shows, you know, the foot fetish thing, there's too much evidence that says he is. I mean, if he isn't, he is not helping. He wasn't helping his case, basically, very much. But So I get that. Some cartoons, so I'm sure some cartoons they're like, oh yeah, hot, without like, but without like being as obvious about it. But I don't think that every cartoonist or every show that has these certain types of weird stuff that others might be into are things that they're into, you know? So that's basically what I think, for the most part, is that cartoonists are doing it because for some reason that's just big to do in cartoons. I don't think it's always the case of, oh, they are into it, so that's why they added it. But I understand the suspicions, because there are weirdos on the internet. Let's see if I can make it. Yes! Did I? Oh, wait. There we go. And now I can, if I can reach over there, be sure no boxes are around. I guess that's a good thing about Crash for them. Is like one thing that I can still stay fresh whenever I play through Crash again, these same games, is that I don't always remember exactly where boxes are or where to get everything, you know. So there's only 2 of these Cortex levels. And they're, well, generally easy. I mean, here's the thing that adds a little more pressure. Here's the thing that adds some pressure. The thing that adds pressure is to doing those levels, like even the Tawna levels, is that if you die in the original version, if you die, you have to start over the level if you want to give it another try. Now in this version you do have to get all the boxes, but I'm pretty sure most people get them anyway. Most people will play through these. Yeah, most people who play through these probably get the boxes anyway. But also, the really dumb thing is that in the original version is that was the only way you could save. That was the only way you could save in these games, is by going through those types of levels, and the Cortex levels and Brio levels. But still, it's kind of a dumb way to do things. And I will be right back again. Sorry, folks. Let's see here. I just saw a post from the Sonic official thing. Hold on. There we go. Charging my phone. I have it, you know, as I usually do. I have this running also on the also on my phone, just to check chat. I don't have anything advanced to be able to check chat otherwise, so. But yeah, so okay, this isn't one of those levels. Good. So yeah, I definitely understand, you know, people being of certain things. And I understand that. But people don't need to, like, read into things too much, basically, is where I'm getting at. Like, what if a kid or excuse me, hey, like a mom or a dad and their child are playing, like the mom or dad are monsters, or the kid is a monster, going to eat you, you know, that kind of thing. Are you gonna go, oh, that's a vor fetish, you know? Are you gonna do that? is that a fetish there? That's kind of how I see some things. I mean, I'm sure there's the weirdos out there that actually do that, but just saying, don't read too much into things, and be like 100% sure that you're correct in your assumptions before you make the assumption, or before you really jump to conclusions, basically. By the way, Koala Kong is, it's kind of one of those fights that either takes me a while or I get it on the first try. Because what's really annoying with also that, whenever you accidentally hit one of the mine carts, which obviously doesn't count the hit point, but it's whenever you have to dodge his boulder attacks, but then, like, you still have to watch out for the TNT as well. Now, I am absolutely glad that they at least give you... Oh, and if you don't hit him in time, the boulder eventually falls into the lava randomly, and you have to, you know... See. Hold on just a moment, but I won't pause it this time. So yeah, we're already on the third island. We're just like a little over an hour in. Granted, I haven't gone back to get all the gems yet, but still, like, on a casual run, this game, honestly, even the PS1 version, this game isn't all that hard. Yeah, even on a casual run, this game isn't all that hard. Or even on the PS1 version. It's just when you're trying to get everything is when it, you know. And yeah, that's when it's too difficult. This is one of the most, like, straightforward Crash games, for the most part, but a lot of them are pretty straightforward, or side to side. I think this is what helped me get into 3D gaming and 2D gaming. Because Crash was, at the time, was a very good way of transitioning people from 2D to 3D. Because there is a lot of this game that is side-scrolling, and, like, a lot of this game is side-scrolling, but, it's also got, like, you know, 3D moments. It's kind of a hallway type thing. And I am gonna say right now, I think it works better than how Sega has, or Sonic Team has done with, Boost Formula Sonic games. Because of how fast you're going with Sonic, the transition from 2D to 3D is way too, like, you know, yeah, 2D to 3D, and it ends up feeling too much like a hallway, whereas with Crash, you can take your time and appreciate things. I don't know. Maybe not, obviously not everyone sees it that way, but, like, I think it's done better with Crash. Alright, there we go. Okay, anyway, I think the transition, because you're not encouraged to just always go fast, or you're not going as fast, and, like, you know, the transition where you just suddenly have to change your control scheme. Like the actual controls of Sonic in Boost Formula, pretty much all the Boost Formula Sonic games, you have to just suddenly switch to doing the side scrolling, and it's not, you know, and like the controls. Whereas with Crash, you can still move around 3D, but you know when to change your perspective. It's not as bad. But anyway, I still love Sonic Generations though. I think partially because the level designs were a lot better and the control schemes were a lot better. Not perfect, but better. This one's a little tough. Let's see. Kind of confused the camera there for a moment. Now for me, I personally like, I think overall I like 3D games better than 2D games. It obviously depends on the game, but I think overall I like 3D more than 2D because there's just a little more freedom in a way than with because, like, you know, with 2D with 2D you're just going side to side depending on how you see it, but like you just go side to side, whereas with 3D you got a little more space to just roam around. Now also playing a 3D game is can be a little more complex, whereas 2D games are easier to get into, to jump into, even if you like. Okay, one thing is, most 3D games, or again, depending on how they are, but when you're trying to relearn controls and stuff, they're not exactly the best, but like, when you're trying to learn everything again, it's like, you know, oh no, and I'm in this later level, so what do I do? Whereas with a 2D game, it can be easier to remember what to do, or to get back into it, you know. Now then, let's see if I can do this. This is probably the worst of the backtracking in this game. Okay, I can't complete this level. This is probably the worst that this game has to offer when it comes to backtracking. But this is one of like very, very few levels to do that in this game, in Crash 1. By the way, I'm actually using the D-pad, or whatever you call the Xbox version. Yeah, I got my 99 lives. I don't have to worry about this right now. Poor Crash. Let's see. Sorry about that, folks. I had to check some things. Generator room. Okay, this is one where I have to do it without dying. One of them. see. Don't know why I waited there, but alright. Gosh, this level's kind of creepy. At least in the music is. I mean, the atmosphere is a little creepy, but like, especially in the PS1 version. Now that right there is a little weird looking, but it doesn't have the same effect as whenever it shows Cortex on screen in the original one, because it looks very creepy in that version. Let's see. I'll get those after I do this. You know, I don't know why I'm collecting it, still going out of my way to collect the lives when I've already got, it's just so satisfying to get all that stuff, I guess. Yeah, generator room is quite creepy overall, basically. Like I already said. It's a platforming. Let's see. But, let's see. I'm trying to think of what to say now. I just broke that and I would have been fine. Just like whacked it. Spin attack. It. Let's see here. So yesterday was Halloween, as of this recording. That's about it. I don't get into Halloween as much as others do. It can be fun, but like, I don't get into it like some people do. Like, I have a feeling I'm now gonna be seeing like some hypocrisy from people who from these people who love Halloween but hate how much Christmas time, like, how much Christmas is celebrated and stuff, like, as long as it is, like, yeah, that's kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying that, how much, like, people celebrate Christmas and stuff, or how long they do. CEO, Pinstripe Potcheroo. Safety first. Alright. Got that Gim. As Crash pulls it out of his butt. Let's see. Toxic Waste. I like the music in this version for this level. Still have my 99 lives, so I can do that. Alright. Hey! Oh, while I'm thinking about it, I watched a video on it recently. Or, like, earlier, as of this recording. I should stop saying, as of this recording. Because I think you get it. I watched a video talking about the green eggs and ham cart. These are a little to determine like whether sometimes the perspective of these games are a little weird with their I couldn't really tell for sure depth of was I gonna hit? Was I gonna get hit by it? Was I not? You know. Anyway, I watched a video talking about green eggs and ham, like the newer cartoon that As of right now, they're working on a new they're working on a new season. Yeah. They're working on a new season for the show. The TNT is gonna blow all that up. There we go. They're working on a new season for the show. There was a season 1. If you're wondering how there's seasons, if it's Green Eggs and Ham, they add a lot to the story. Like, no one really asked for it, but I'm glad we got it. It's actually a very decent cartoon. Because it's unexpectedly decent. Because now we're fighting Pinstripe. This is a little kind of tough, and I kept forgetting I needed to switch to Coco. Oh well. I'll switch to Coco here in a bit. I'll play the next few levels as Coco, the ones I can anyway. So in the PS1 version, I don't know, I'm sure it was a glitch, because in this version you can't hit him multiple times. Somewhat hard to determine whether or not the bullets are gonna hit you or not, you know. Even when Crash does his, oh, I'm hiding, I'm ducking, covering. Why? Why? You all saw that crap. I couldn't move. But anyway, yeah, Green Eggs and Ham. I think it came out in 2019. I don't remember for sure. The first season anyway. It was decent. It's actually a decent cartoon. And people haven't really talked about it as much as they should. Again, one of those things where it's like, you know, either I can do it really fast in one go, or it takes me a bit. It's kind of weird. It's kind of a weird thing to do it like that, but you know. Crash, you should just have your own gun to deal with this. Then again, you just escaped from Cortex's thing, so you kind of came out empty-handed to begin with. Hide. But yeah, I feel like more people should watch it. I understand if you don't watch it because it's on Netflix, but it is on DVD. There has been on the first season, at least, is on DVD, so. Yeah. Where was I going with that? Yeah, I'll play the next few levels as Coco just to make up for lost time there. I think this might be one that you have to complete without dying. I could be wrong. But anyway. Well, regardless, I hope I make it anyway, because it's kind of annoying to deal with having to constantly go back to that thing. Or kind of going back there a lot. Because it still kind of feels risky and a little on edge when I do it. Let's see. Alright, there we go. Whew. Concentration. That was a dumb idea. Oh, gosh darn it. Wait, hold on. Let me... I'm just gonna do it once. I want to check and see if this is a level I have to do without dying. No, it's not. Okay. Whew. Okay. I can tell by the way the gym looked. Anyway, Green Eggs and Ham, should watch it. It's pretty good. Not perfect, of course, but for what it is, for something that no one really asked for, it's pretty good. Let's see. But of course, I always used my mom's Netflix until she canceled it because, well, Cuties was a thing. Netflix approved a movie like Cuties, and that's the reason why a lot of people left Netflix for a while. Because, yeah, Cuties. Ah. Anyway, shoot, I don't even remember if this is a level where I can even complete it, but I'm still gonna get the boxes just in case. But yeah, so speaking of Cuties, talking about weird things, that was definitely not exactly the best decision that I made right there, but also not the best decision to make a live-action movie on the subject of what they were talking about. So if you're wondering about Cuties, if you don't remember, if you don't know what it is, well, you should be glad and mute this right now if you don't want to hear about it. Basically, it has to do with, I can't remember, somewhere in France or somewhere in the world where, not prostitutes, but like these little girl, like preteen girls having to dance and stuff, like, you know, doing all the sexy dances, but it's little girls. That's weird. It's disturbing. But like, let's see. Yeah, there we go. But it's supposed to be little girls having to do this stuff, like, I can't remember if it's like they had to do it to provide for their family, or it's one of those situations where they get caught up in it or somehow, or they get, you know, basically something bad. And the movie was trying to say that it's bad. Like, they were trying to be the story of like a little girl who was caught up, or some little girls who were caught up in it. And I guess one of them at the end has the courage to leave and stuff, or whatever. This is from what I've heard. I have not watched the movie, nor do I plan to watch the movie. But, basically, it was supposed to be an encouraging thing to say, this is wrong, don't let this happen. This is, I don't remember for sure if it's based on a true story, but it's, you know, supposed to be based on something in real life, regardless. And the problem that came about that, not that it wouldn't have been a weird movie anyway, but the problem is that, like, one of the biggest problems was that it's live action, so you're still technically having these little preteen girls that are actresses work and do all this other stuff, and yeah, you're still having them do that. Like, they did it in real life, even if they weren't, you know, doing it for the reasons, the real life things. They're still doing it, and that's a problem, because you're still having these basically people who might actually get pleasure from that can just watch that movie and get pleasure from it. I think it would have helped them a little bit, just a little bit, had they just had it to where it was animated. Like, it still would have been creepy and weird, but at the very least, if it was animated, you wouldn't have had little girls actually doing that stuff. Shoot. That was kind of a problem in this game, is where it'll, like, it feels like it just pushes you off, rather than, like, being, you know, You have to be very precise in this game. There's no grabbing animation. What the heck? Anyway. So yeah, cuties, do not plan to watch it ever. Someone's gonna have to strap me down to watch it, if they ever want me to watch it. Yeah, apparently that is something. Let's see, let me see if I can do this right. Oh my gosh. Let's see. So yeah, weird thing. Alright, had to concentrate there, but I did it. Of course, I will have still have plenty of lives to spare. Ah, shoot, I overjumped it. I had a feeling I was doing that right as it was happening. I was like, you know what, I'm overjumping this, aren't I? Wait. Alright. But yeah, basically, like I was saying earlier. Basically, what I was saying earlier. I will try at least to get like all the gems and stuff, maybe. But I am not going to do all. I'm not going to do the relic challenges or you know all of them. Oh, Coco pulled out of her. No, she pulled out of her pocket. I mean, unless they were hinting that she was pulling it out of her butt like Crash does. Oh, slippery climb. This is one I have to do without dying. Oh, Lord. I'll definitely be getting through Crash faster than I did with Spyro. Let's see. Let's see here. Excuse me. Let's see, and there we go. Yeah, of course, this is the level that they had to make it to where you're having to do it without dying, of course. Wasn't exactly on tune there with the music, but alright. No! There's one thing though. There are no checkpoints for a while on this level. See, now here's the thing that people actually don't seem to mention all that much. At least that I've seen. People don't seem to mention that in these games, or in this game, I mean, you can actually die before if you die before hitting a checkpoint, like the first checkpoint in the level, you can actually make it through the level, like, or you can actually still get the gem even if you die. Now, if you die after hitting a checkpoint, then it doesn't count, or then it counts as like you dying and you know can't get the gem. At least in the original. I don't know for sure about this version. It could be the case with this version where it could be the case where it's still like that, where if you die before hitting a checkpoint, it doesn't count as you know, it doesn't count against you, and you know. But it could be, I could be wrong on that. Like it could be the case where they fixed it to where if you die at all, you have to start over if you want to get the gem, you know, even if you get all the boxes. Okay. Oh no, what are humans doing in Crash Bandicoot? Oh, that isn't Cortex. Oh, worst game ever. Humans don't belong. Just making fun of people who say that humans don't belong in Sonic, despite the fact that Eggman's a human. And of course, because people were complaining, Sega got rid of Sonic Team. Well, I guess Sega. I don't know exactly whose decision it was, but they got rid of humans in Sonic games except for Eggman. So now it doesn't make much sense. Gotta time this. So that whole, just making conversation, the whole thing where apparently spiders crawl into your mouth at night, or you basically eat spiders. If I'm not mistaken, I thought I heard somewhere that that isn't exactly true. I don't know though, because there's still a lot of people convinced that it is, but like, you've gotta be... I'm gonna be doing this level, ladies and gentlemen. I want to get this one out of the way. I definitely want to get this one out of the way. Let's see. But yeah, you know, there's a thing where it says like at night spiders crawl into your mouth, like, and at least five spiders a year or something like that, or 10 spiders. I can't remember, but you eat basically like however many spiders a year. But I can't remember. I thought I heard somewhere that that isn't actually true, or the number's a bit exaggerated, or the situation's a bit exaggerated. Yeah, so, but if it is true, then anyone who says they don't eat bugs are lying, technically. Oh no, he's talking about that vor. Yeah, it's just because you talk about something that has to do with eating another living thing does not mean it's always vor. Just letting you all know. Just a fun fact. Just because someone talks about that doesn't mean they're into it. Otherwise, all cartoonists are into that then. Anyway. Now, again, it's probably something I shouldn't talk about, but like, when it comes to that stuff, I actually have seen a few of the what are considered the vor videos and stuff, and it's just funny. Honestly, a lot of them are funny because it's just like you look at this and you're like, there's people that are excited about this, basically, to put it lightly. They're like, yes, this hot, you know. There we go. Like, yes, this is hot. as their, you know. But it's just funny to me. Honestly, if you wanted me to get technical, the quote unquote the hottest thing about those videos are probably that you get like a close up of the body, and you know, obviously people like, you know, certain parts of bodies and stuff. So when you get a close up of those, it's like, yeah, that's kind of, I mean, that's kind of hot, but you can just, it's just taking the camera and showing it up close. Okay. Now the Brio challenge in Stormy Ascent, that's quite a doozy. Let's see. Again, like the Tana challenges, and well, like the Brio challenge I did before, luckily you can retry it and it doesn't count as you dying. Or, you know, it doesn't count against you. Now in the original version, like I was saying earlier, you don't oh my gosh. In the original version, luckily you don't have to get the boxes there. It's just kind of a challenge to do. You don't have to do that. Well, okay, there might be something where you have to do it, like if you want to get 100% or whatever. You know. Ooh. Try and make it, Coco. Come on, Coco. Land, land, land. Okay. Wow, that was kind of felt weird there, but then I gotta watch out for this guy. Ugh. Okay, got the gem, Ooh. I think if you do that, even if you die, you got it, and you're done. Oh. Just checking something real quick. That was hard. I'm sweaty now. Very sweaty. Now this one's, yeah. Good. Great. Yeah. Immediately one. I think there's only one color gem where you have to have like another gem to get that special gem. I think there's only one of those that where you have to do that. Well, I could be wrong on that, but you know. But even though I use the D-pad on this game, because even though you have the option to use the joystick, it's nice to have the joystick option, but honestly this game is kind of built around having the not that it feels like at all unplayable if you use the joystick, but you can definitely tell this was built more for, you know, around having the D-pad, especially for making some precise platforming moments. Okay, there we go. So far, so good. Sometimes the rats kind of throw me off, but, you know. Ah, shoot, I can't complete it. Yeah, okay, this is the level. This is the level that you can't complete without, you know. Without having another gem. So even though there's a color gem here, you have to have another color gem to get that color gem. So yeah, I think the rest of the boxes in the level are actually where that color gem is. Oh no. See, I hate like, you know, if you. This is another situation of like you know those games that are just like you don't do it precisely at the right time. Just like if you slow down at all, you're done for, or you can't continue, or you know, like you lose if you. Or you essentially lose if you don't do it just right, you know, or if you don't do it. But like time trial stuff, it's like, you know, if you screw up even once, you are not getting anything for your hard work that you did. And that's kind of a problem. So yeah, the other 3 boxes are just up there. Alright. I'll switch back to Crash now for Jaws of Darkness. Don't know what my cat's doing right now, but he's having some sort of fun. That or Spartacus, my dog. I don't know. Ah, shoot. Yeah. I don't think this is a level where you have to... Yeah, I don't think this is a level where you have to do it without dying. So like that right there, that just kind of makes me think, you know, this Roman thing of like, at least from like shows and stuff, cartoons of like where they have like lion, you know, where they have a show going on with like lions and, you know, like that's kind of what it makes me think of. Ah, shoot. Well, I need to quit dying right there. I guess after a while I kind of get a little rusty when it comes to playing it for so long. I don't know. This game just, it doesn't take that long to beat. As on a casual playthrough. looked like they were like going in there, or they weren't, you know. Why do I keep over jumping that? Good thing I got a lot of lives to spare. Let's see. Jim to So, now I'm thinking about it, I may just, I may kind of do what I did with Spyro Reignited, not getting everything, like not getting every achievement and getting every, you know, everything that there is to offer, but I think maybe I'll just get like maybe I can just save, maybe I can just save this for, let's try Sylvester. Maybe I can save getting everything, or getting everything else for, whenever I, maybe I can do that for whenever I get, after I complete Spyro, Crashes 2 and I don't know, maybe, I'll see. Shoot. At least there was a checkpoint that time. Well, at least the blue gem lets me do this. Okay. Maybe I should have waited on it. Come on, Sparkus, up here. Come on. Come on, Sparkus, right up here. Good boy. Good Sparkus. Ugh. One thing that kind of gets on my nerves what Sparkus does is that, with Sylvester around is because he's so afraid of him, so usually he'll watch out for, he'll usually watch out for for my stuff. Like if there's stuff there, he'll be careful about landing on it. That's right, Sylvester. He's got a lot to say right now. Yeah. Really? It's kind of annoying to get that box up there. The hidden gem. Oh yeah, I see. But one thing that kind of gets on my nerves is that, like, because Sparkus is kind of afraid of Sylvester in a way, he'll go and, what he'll do is he'll, let's see, like, because he's scared of what Sylvester will do, he'll go and, shoot, like okay, like I said, he usually dodges my stuff. He'll make sure that he goes around or just doesn't lay on my stuff, you know, that's on my bed, or, you know, that I have on my bed and stuff. But when Sylvester's around, that doesn't matter. He'll just step all over it, and, you know, I still love him though. Dogs and cats will get on your nerves, but they are lovable overall. They're worth having. I need to die real quick. It's because there's a downside to being able to hit enemies and they like go after the boxes, you know. There's a downside to that. It's basically if you like this snake up here, it'll hit all the boxes. It'll hit like the TNT, but in one of these boxes there is a Cortex thing right here. There's a Cortex thing right there, and because because I missed it, or because I hit the snake over it, it destroyed it. I couldn't get it. And by the way, just wanted to show you that. Now that I got all the Cortex things. Seems like in this level, though, there's always one box that I miss. I may have gotten that one. Oh my gosh. See here, you can't see it, okay, but he's doing it right now. He's like, uh-oh, there's a cat here. I gotta walk all over the stuff. Smart. He just, like, almost sat on me there. And he's heavy. He's not a little dog. But he was just now, like, almost, like, walking all over my stuff there. I think, now this is actually the only Crash game where you see the true ending by doing a casual playthrough. Because the reason is because, like, when you complete it, it's actually an alternate ending rather than a well, let me check and be sure that I got. Okay, yeah, this is the right way to go. Oh Lord. See, like, I know I shouldn't have stuff on my bed to begin with, but, like, it's kind of convenient to have around for, like, before I place it anywhere else. I'm just like, I'm too tired. Like, last night I got stuff on my bed because I was too tired last night to deal with it. Oh, gosh. Let me guess, 89. I bet I'm missing a box, aren't I? 23 plus 80. 89 plus 23. There are how many boxes altogether? It seems like in this one I'm always missing a box. I think 29 might be one of those things where that's not all the boxes. Or they make sure you get plenty of lives in this game. Oh no, I got him. Okay. Alright. I think maybe I've always seen like 88 or something, and then, you know. But I made it. I made it through and I got the gem. Oh gosh. Ooh. Castle Machinery. What else did I get there? Oh. Like, earn 13 gems. So yeah, I could just do this right now if I wanted to. And if I didn't have any lives. I also could have got the achievement here. How smart. Lord. Sometimes when my dog gets relaxed, he'll kick his foot back a little bit, you know, just to get more, just get that kink out or whatever. But, you know, I'll save that level for later. I get near him. So, let's see, he's supposed to, like, in the original version, he would, yeah, he does that. I don't remember if that, I don't think that gives you an achievement. I just want to show it off what he does if you get too close to him. This is yet another one where it's kind of hard. It can be hard or easy. More often than not, it's actually a little bit hard. But not like super annoying hard. I can't tell what he's saying. He's like, my lamp? Or something like that. I don't know what he's saying there. When he gets hit sometimes. Alright, last one, right? Let's see. Okay, first he throws these. Again, ugh. I feel like he throws a little too much, and these are a little too small this time around. So it's a little harder to tell, like, exactly where they're at, where they're gonna be, you know. So, like, in some ways this game is harder, in some ways this game is easier, and in some ways it's harder than the original. Now, I don't know for sure if I'll be doing this, but I think after this thing, after Sane Trilogy, after I'm done with it, for what I'm gonna do in the games, I think what I'll probably do is I'll probably move on to CTR. Oh, I gotta pause it real quick. Sorry, folks. Sylvester, he doesn't want to play right now. He doesn't want to play. Oh, and he's laying on my stuff now. Ugh. I don't know. My cat's in a very playful mood right now, or he's in the runnies. The what do you call them? I forgot. What, Sylvester? Huh? Like I said, it's worth having them around, though. They bring more happiness than annoyance. It's just this is one of those annoying times right now. Funny, but annoying. I loved in the original version how you could cause him to, like, in the original version, if you get it just right, he'll hit you, and then he'll keep speeding up and trying to attack and stuff, and I'm sure I've had it before. I'm sure I've shown it before, some kind of recording. But lab, the last normal level in the game, or you know, more traditional type level. In fact, I think this is one of the only. No, it's not. I was about to say that it's one of the only shocking experience. Let me check to be sure that the die as Crash. Even though I died as Coco, it said die as Chris. That was the achievement name. Even though I was using Coco, it said die as. I got an achievement for dying as Crash. Gosh, so they're getting a little too kind of woke about Coco lately, though. Unfortunately, a little bit. I've seen it's not nearly as bad as some other stuff as some other you know, other ones that have gone through it. Got a little bit woke with Coco and the fact that she's a girl, but also like. When it comes to some things, there's like a Crash on the Run. I think it said something like, you know, if Coco wanted to, she could just do the adventure all on her own, but she lets Crash tag or something like that. Well, it's either like that or they do actually say there's some importance to Crash, but they make it sound like he's, you know, other than this little importance, Coco could do everything on her own. Hold on. I like to think that they work off each other, though. Like, equally. I mean, Crash does a lot more, obviously. He's got the title, he's the main character. But I'm just saying that they, you know, not to get too political, but like, I'm just saying that they have gone through a little bit of that, girl power kind of thing, you know. You know, when it comes to this stuff, you want to be equal, just have it to where they're equal, not girls get more advantage. know what to do here. Okay. Now stuff like this gets on my nerves, like, because you have to watch out for these, you have to watch out for the floor to you know... Don't shock! Oh, gotta start over now! It almost seems like they did pick, like, not the hardest, but the harder levels to have it to where you have to get the, you know, special gems without dying and stuff. It's just like, wasn't the point of it to make it easier in that regard? But anyway, they haven't made Coco, they haven't made her character they haven't made her unlikable yet, basically. Like, I noticed with a lot of these woke characters, oh my gosh, now I gotta start over this one because I broke that box. Some things aren't designed as well in this game, and you know, in Crash in general. But like most characters, they go through the woke treatment where they have to, like, essentially destroy the franchises because they aren't creative enough to come up with their own stuff. So they have to, like, mess up other franchises. Oh! Well, they have to mess up other franchises because they're because they have to get their agenda across, and they can't do it with their own stuff. Usually, they have to do something, and it's just like, well, you're just sexist, you know. That's all they do these days. Like, doesn't matter about if it does well or not. That doesn't matter. As long as they get their agenda across, and you're a sexist if you don't like it. You know, they always pull that stuff. You're a sexist or a racist or whatever they're trying to get across. If you don't like this right here. Let's see. But see, like, there's some things that they do that I'm just like, it doesn't really matter to me. Like, in, I noticed in Crash 4, some of the lab assistants are like, I noticed that there were some that are female, despite all these games usually having, just the male assistants. And it wasn't until Crash 4 that they showed a female, but it's supposed to, even though it's supposed to take place in, like, Crash 1 times. And then that's another thing that gets on my nerves. It's tiny, but it gets on my nerves whenever it's like, oh, you died, well, you have to wait till you're standing still and not jumping and to be able to exit. Okay, you can do it here, but, like, you can't exit the level if you're jumping, you know, that kind of stuff. And it's just like, why? Why would that ever be a thing? But anyway, like, after you die, you have to wait till you're completely still after you come back to, like that. I can't exit the level until, and there's no reset button. There's no reset thing. That needs to also be a thing. There's a reset for the level. But anyway, yeah, of course, whenever I'm dying, I get in that mood of, like, you know what, there's some negative things here. When I'm in a negative mood, I say negative thoughts. Give out negative stuff. Yeah, whenever they try to go PC with a lot of these things, They always do it. A lot of the times they do it in a way where it's just it ruins the experience. It's like they're more focused on it being PC rather than being good. You know. Well, when it comes to stuff like with Crash, like despite the fact that like Coco, you know, even though she's playable in every single level that Crash is playable in, even though she's playable in like every character, like in every level, it didn't feel like she was more important than Crash. Other than like, except for, okay, there's only one real advantage to using Coco in Crash that Crash doesn't get, and that's, you know, you get a trophy / achievement for playing as Coco in one level. But other than that, there's really like nothing, you know, they're equal basically. Now you start out the game just using Crash, but then you have the option to play as Coco in every, you know, after meeting up with her after the second level. These enemies are supposed to have more of a tail now, but like this one doesn't. This one just shocks whenever, you know, just immediately hurts you if you get to it, or immediately kills you. If it's shocking and you're, you know. So in the original version, those things, those gooey creatures, in the original version don't have faces or, you know, anything like that. They're just big blobs of goo. But in the but like in this like unlike the Brio level, like in the Brio levels are still green, but in this level in the original they're actually yellow. So I guess in this one they just wanted to use the same character model, but they didn't feel like changing the colors. Like this right here. Okay, okay, ooh, almost done. Almost done. Here we go. Hold on. Okay. Okay, almost done. Almost done. Wait for it. There we go. Oh, Lord, that was hard. But it's mostly smooth sailing after this. Kind of. We'll swap back to Crash. Well, we have to. Let's see. Oh, we're done. That took a while now. No, that's where you do the alternate ending if you have all the gems. Yeah, this is the only one where if you collect everything, you get the alternate ending instead of the real ending.
Darn you, Crash Bandicoot!
Well, darn me. See, this fight is decent. It's kind of more about the atmosphere and stuff, of like instead of the difficulty of the final boss. I mean, you're finally at Cortex. You've been chasing Cortex this whole game, and they give you more of an incentive in this one version because it's like, oh, he keeps kidnapping Tawna. He keeps taking her away. So now you have to really get him and save your girlfriend. Now, part of the wokeness of Crash that they've had, like I said, like going back to the having the female assistant, even though like they added that in probably just to be quote unquote equal, they didn't make it like she was stronger. You know, they didn't make it she was smarter or stronger than the male. So, you know, they were just the same, basically. So that's fine. I don't mind that, you know, it's actually being equal, as they keep saying it is. I don't mind that. It's when they have, like... Now, with Tana, you can kind of tell because of the way they colored her hair, but that's mostly just a modern look, also, type of deal. Just that typically, when you see that modern look, it's with mostly woke people. I don't have any interest in making my hair look like that, you know, but... You know, it's whatever. They did, like... Tana, okay, and then they make it to where she's able to go solo by herself and stuff. But she, again, she isn't annoying about it. And we completed the game. Not fully, but we completed it. But yeah, I like Tana. I still like Tana. In the new one too, I still like her. She's still a likable character. And that was Crash Bandicoot. Completed it. Vicarious Visions Alchemy? Interesting. But, we're gonna skip the credits for now. You know what? I may do that. I may save getting everything for, whenever I just come back through and do it. Like, kinda like with Spyro. In terms of story, you're gonna get a little bit of spoilers, but, you know, it's fine. But I appreciate you all watching. No one really watched live, but I appreciate you all for watching if you watch this on YouTube and stuff. So, like this video if you like it, and subscribe. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. If you're on if you're wanting to follow me on Twitch, if you haven't yet, go ahead and follow. See future videos and potentially watch them live. And again, you know, thanks for watching, and ending the stream now.